Welcome to my first ever collab video. In honor of Spooky Month, and because I am unable to pump out as much content right now, I am doing a monster creating collaboration with KyngPin Creations. I forgot exactly how we met, but he's also trying to grow an art channel here. He's really on that YouTube grind, and I'm really pumped with how much his art is improving. Anyway, in this video, KyngPin and I each made and spun a wheel with your ideas. Thank you to all who gave such awesome words. There were like so many words. I wish I could have done more. I'll be showing one of my monsters in this video and one of KyngPin's, but if you'd like to go see the other monsters we drew, you should go check out KyngPin's video. I'll link his channel below. It's dropping the same day, so you totally get it. Also, as a side note, KyngPin is really quiet in some of my recordings, so that was my bad. I did a very silly. His voice is very soft, and I should have fixed that, but I didn't, and I have nothing else. Anyway, long hicking intro, on to the monster creations. Alright, I'm spinning for myself, I guess. And I don't know which video this is gonna go in, but Lord, please let it be something good. I need it. Ooh, yeah, I like it. I'll take it.
Alright.
I'll take it.
Good start.
I'll take it. Let's go. Okay? I typed my spine instead of my spin. Ooh, okay. Okay, we doing good here. But watch me get Doki Doki Literature Club next and just absolutely... What is it? Luminous. Oh! Glow in the darky thinking.
Nice.
Servo. Now, this looks like Latin for some reason.
I think it relates to machinery, servo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Freaking cyborg. Goober! Oh my... Why? Okay. Okay, I'll take it.
That's a good word.
I guess. Night, death, luminous, servo, and goober. What a combination. According to KyngPin, a servo, he told me, right, it's some sort of machinery part, but it's also a Latin term. I studied Latin for a couple years in middle and high school. In Latin, servo means to protect, store, keep, guard, preserve, or save. So I'm making this creature that I'm drawing a guardian. Goober stumped me as well. I'm getting it confused with the word gremlin, which would typically mean someone who's like getting in trouble on purpose, just being a little gremlin goblin. But goober means foolish person or naive. I'm gonna lean into the naive part for this drawing. So in essence, I will have a naive guardian with bioluminescent patterning to bring out the luminous word in my prompt. To incorporate the death and night prompts, I of course drew an environment that included a night sky with stars scattered around, and I placed my guardian creature at the mouth of a yawning, dark tomb. I added skeletal remains as well, showing that perhaps many people had tried to come and rob the tomb, but were stopped by this little guy. As an afterthought, I also added some claw marks and, can I say bloodstains on YouTube, to emphasize the sudden unalivement of a lot of people. Despite the ominous surroundings of darkness and unaliving, I tried my best to make him look innocent and confused, playing into the naive part of Goober. He's just a little guy doing his job. His foot is stuck in a skull, please help him. He don't even know he killing people for real. He just gets so excited when people are visiting, he jumps on them and they pass the frick away. So he plays with their bones until new friends come along and he don't know any better. At first I was gonna give this little dude horns inspired by a really cool animatic I saw on YouTube, but I realized floppy ears would give him a naive, silly goober look. He's got a little skull for a face, of course. It isn't his fault. He's smiling underneath, he swears. He's supposed to be a scary guardian of the dead and of the tomb, but that sounds like work. He don't do good with work. I haven't drawn a real background in a hot minute, so my bad if it looks kind of gross. I trusted the process and it turned out alright. The stone textures could have been better, but who's checking? I wanted it to have almost a mouth-like void in the back of the tomb, like a gateway to the underworld. My perspective may need a little work and some shadows are wonky, but it ain't bad for my first background in several months. I also didn't get a chance to play around with colors much. I strictly kept the palette sort of a warm oranges and tans and maybe some cool gray tones in there to offset the warmth of the oranges. Just because, you know, it's Halloween, you know? Orange and yellow, that is the color of the month. Cool. Okay. First word. Your doom. Why did spoons come out?
Okay, strong start.
Starting strong.
First word. Monster
Please.
1. Spoons.
Oh. Spoons. Oh, Okay, they said Splatterhouse, but I wonder if they meant Slaughterhouse or something like that, which would give you a background.
Sounds familiar. It's the name of an old horror game.
Because I don't want to double spin and get spoons again.
He's gonna be.
All right. Ooh. What else is this gonna look like?
Hey, I gotta say, I'm getting what I asked for. There's a nice rounded pick of words here.
Last
All
word.
right, final word for Monster
Great.
1.
Ooh.
Fire. I'm getting mind pictures already, so I might have an idea.
Okay. Good for you. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that at all. All right.
As soon as me and Fantasy Creed ended the call, I went right into my sketchbook and started drawing out different ideas of how I can include each of the words for each of the character prompts. And like I've been doing with most of my videos in the past few weeks, I chose to use both of these designs to focus on particular aspects of my art skill that I would like to improve on. For this piece, I decided to focus on foreshortening, posing, and to an extent, backgrounds. Originally, my plan was to have this Wight, which I believe is how it's pronounced, holding the spoon off to the side and reaching out towards the viewer, toward the camera. But I switched it up slightly to instead have them leaning on the spoon and beckoning the viewer closer. And this actually worked out really well because I don't know if I've ever included it in my videos, but in my house, like right off to the side of my set, we have this giant fork and a giant spoon, and getting spoon as one of the words, I immediately thought of like, oh yeah, giant spoon. That's a normal thing. And I'm really happy with how it came out. For the actual pose and design of the Wight though, I took a lot of inspiration from Megadeth's mascot Vic Rattlehead and Iron Maiden's mascot Eddie, respectively. Then, once I had finished sketching and inking everything, right before the flatting stage, sort of, I went through with an off-black color and did a sort of comic style of shading where the darkest parts of the character were filled in with black shapes. That being said, I think I could have made the color I used a little darker, maybe even gone fully black, because I feel like it does end up getting lost in the final piece when I actually do my shading and rendering. I feel like the black shapes get lost and just become part of the shading. Now, for the background itself, Splatterhouse admittedly became more of a splattered house rather than the video game that I believe the original word was referencing. And it was quite time consuming, but I did go in and manually paint the textures on all of the wooden panels, but it was definitely worth it. I'm very happy with how the background turned out. And finally, I really like what the fire added to this piece. I did, for a little bit of the process, forget that fire was one of the words I had to use, and I just kind of forgot about it until I'm like, oh yeah, I got to do that, and then added it to the head. So, to recap, the words that you spun for me from your wheel were spoons, splatterhouse, Wight, machine, and fire.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Okay, I really like your rendering on metal for this. That is
Thank you.
amazing.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Okay, we got the fur. He uses a spoon for a weapon. Hey, yo, and the fire hair, okay. And the splatterhouse in the background, or whatever the heck.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a house with splatters. I took it a little literally.
See, honestly, that's what we need to do sometimes, okay? Who's gonna judge? I ain't. I'm not. Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, and I like the wires too. That's really cool.
Oh, thank you.
The details. Hold on, let me eat the details. And the grass. Lovely.
Yeah, tried something a little different with the grass with texture brushes and stuff. So I like how it turns out. I just wish I remembered what brushes I used.
Yeah, so it's not like super textured and over textured and stuff.
Yeah, but it's not completely flat either, which I like.
Yeah.
This one was a fun one. I like this one a lot.
That's good because I was worried. I was like, I gave him spoons. What is he gonna do with that?
Oh, spoons was the least of my worries.
Really? All right, I got for my spin Night, Death, Luminous, Servo, and Goober.
Damn.
Hey! I'm gonna have to bleep that out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Oh, that'll be funny. Yeah,
You can overlay me saying Darn.
Darn, there we go. The skull stuck on his foot. You know, he's a little silly, kind of stupid.
Awesome.
Did
I
the
love the
things-
perspective, the texturing, because those are really detailed tiles.
Wait, those are the two things in my recording that I was talking about that I wasn't confident with.
Oh,
The two
no, I
things.
love them so much.
Yo, thanks.
It looks
Okay.
great. And then all the extra detail with the skeletons is a really nice touch.
I was struggling, man.
Bones are tricky.
Cluelessness.
Bones
Yeah.
are tricky.
All right, and that is a wrap. What do you guys think of my creature and King's monster? Thank you for watching. But before you go, consider checking out Kyngpin's part of this collab. Our other monsters are there, and I would love for you all to see them because I spent many hours on my monster, and I'm sure Kyngpin did too. I had a lot of fun with this collab. I hope to get better at collabing by having more collabs. Happy spooky month, y'all, and stay safe from spookers.